What's up, you guys? Riley here with Learn With Me. And as you can see here, I have a pair of shears, and I'm going to show you how to maintain, some of your more invasive plants and how you can go about, even though you might not be able to, get rid of them permanently, but, maintain them so that you can continue to have them in your garden without having to worry about actually spraying down pesticides or anything. So let's get to it. So if you know anything about me and this troublesome blackberry plant behind me, you know that I was, blackberry crazy at one point, and I got several different blackberry plants, and one of them happened to be thorned, and I didn't realize it was growing at the time until several months later. I think maybe even a year later, it actually started to grow, and now I can't control it. So one thing that I will do is that I will make sure to kind of make sure that it's not spreading too much, because that's already become a problem. So let's get to it. All right, right here you can see we got a couple of little starters kind of coming up here. And what I'm going to do is that I don't want to poison this plant, because I don't want this garden to stay as natural as possible. So what I'm going to come down here and do is just kind of clip them here, come clip it there, come clip it there. And we'll go and may add these to a very specific pile. Maybe just kind of add them over here to this area, and we'll just leave them be. And the reason I say that is that I don't want to add them to the compost, because they might actually start rooting in the compost, but at least adding them over here will at least allow them to stay in a spot where they don't actually become worse. Like I said before, I'm gonna make a pile here, and this is where the pile is, and I might end up adding it to a pot, just kind of keep it there. But one thing that I will say is cool about having a thorned plant is that you can use it as a privacy hedge, so that if you don't feel like having to deal with anybody like necessarily looking over your yard or anything, you can just kind of add this stuff there, and that prevents someone from actually trying to get through your yard and from actually trying to see into your yard to a certain degree. I mean, it's not the best as far as it being like thick, but you have that at least going for you. Now, while this isn't ideal, it's one of those things where it might actually encourage it to grow more. But when it comes to these type of things, that's the sad truth about planting some things that are invasive, is that you kind of have to tolerate them. And even if you do try to go about getting rid of them without necessarily going with organic means, you have to worry about that they're gonna keep coming back. And so the only other thing that I can think of doing is planting a crop there that could compete with it. And otherwise, I'm just gonna maintain it, might put some boards down, maybe put some more leaves down to kind of cover it up, and just kind of keep an eye out for it. If you guys have any other suggestions, you're more than welcome to do it. But outside of that, this is going to be what I do to kind of keep them within their zone. So yeah, but yeah, you guys, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for tuning in.